very warm welcome. Yes, first of all, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that we will record this session and we will be happy to share the recording later on for you to maybe listen to it again, and especially for those who couldn't make it due to time difference or other issues. So, welcome everyone. My name is Caroline Braunshofer. I'm the head of marketing of RIS Swiss Section, German-speaking school in Bangkok. And I'm very happy to guide you through this session today. First of all, please feel free to use the chat to put in your email address. We will be happy to follow up and connect from there as well after the meeting. And most importantly, please put in the chat if you have any questions. From the program, we will do 3 steps. So we will start with the information about international education in Bangkok, focusing on our RIS Swiss section. Christian Vogel, the principal, will give a little introduction, like about 5 minutes with some slides so that you get an idea about our school. And then there will be a direct question and answer session after that. So there will be the block for the school and the question and answers directly with Christian. Then we will talk to Astrid, Dr. Kainzbauer, our intercultural expert. She will as well give you a little input from her side, and then also will be open for questions. We will be happy to read the questions from the chat, but you can also like raise your hand and bring your question orally yourself. And last but not least, most importantly, when you want to move to Bangkok, you need to relocate and need to know everything which is about, we're connected with the topic. And then Frederic from Santa Fe will as well give you a little intro from his side. And afterwards you will have the chance to ask questions directly to him. Through the whole session, we will take all your questions in the chat. We will be happy to also follow up later on. And as I said, share the recording and connect via email, of course. So let's just jump in. Christian, I may invite you to first maybe to introduce yourself shortly and then to give your introduction about the school.
Okay, my name is Christian Vogel, as Caroline already said. I've been the principal of RIS Swiss Section for a bit more than 4 years now, and I'd like to introduce you to our school. As you can see on the first slide, we have title Excellence in German-Speaking Education. We had the inspection from the German side a few months ago, exactly 2 months ago, and we have renewed the label of being an excellent German school abroad. Who are we? We have been founded in around 60 years ago, 62 years now, and we have been celebrating this 2 years ago with a great party here on campus, which says already a few things about our community. Community spirit is really great. We have been first a Swiss-only school here in Thailand. Then we have a couple of years later, in 1970, we have become also a German school abroad. That means we are a Swiss and a German school, which is quite unique in the world. We're one of the only ones. There is one in Hong Kong and in Dubai as well, but they're not authorized by Germany and Switzerland. Then we have been in the city center first before moving here a little bit outside of the city center in the green surrounding, which is quite nice. And our name, Romradi International School Swiss Section, comes from the American section. And we have moved together to the place where we are now. Yes, we can go on, I think. So here you have the most important facts and figures. As I said, have been founded in 1963. We have around 340 students, starting from nursery, that means at the age of 2, until grade 12. Our graduates achieved the Swiss Matura, the Swiss bilingual Matura, which is in German and English, which allows them to study everywhere. We have around 30 different nationalities at our school, but mainly there are people from Switzerland, Germany, and Austria, and then also from Thailand, but also some people from China and other countries. We are on a tremendous campus of almost 82,000 square meters, which we share with our mother school, the RIS, with facilities from soccer fields to swimming pools, everything. Then our teachers, we have mainly German-speaking teachers from Switzerland and Austria and Germany, which are 80%. The other 20% are, for example, a Spanish teacher for Spanish, an American for English, and so on. And at our school, we teach 5 languages, apart from German and English, also French, Spanish, and of course, Thai, as we are in Thailand. We are accredited from, as you see, many authorities and institutions. We are a Swiss government approved school. We are an excellent German school abroad. And our patronate canton, our supporting canton in Switzerland is Lucerne. Of course, we are also a member of the International Schools Association of Thailand. And here is the overview of our school system. As you can see in the yellow part on the left, this is preschool. We have a nursery for 2-year-old children, followed by the 3 kindergarten years. We have age groups in nursery, kindergarten 1, and then in kindergarten 2 and 3. After preschool, we start with primary from grade 1 to 6. The age of the students from 6 to 12 years. As you can see, there is a sign, Sprachland, in grade 1 to 3. This means until grade 3, we accept students without any German knowledge. That means if you don't speak German at all, you can come to our school until grade 3, where we have a special program where we boost your really German courses, and then you can follow the actual classes. Then on the right, where the secondary blue one, as you can see, from ages 12 up to 18, which are our grades 7 and upwards. We have the gymnasium or high school from grades 7 to 12, where our graduates do the Swiss Matura. Or we have secondary school, grades 7 to 10, where our students finish with the mittlere Schulabschluss. Or we also have Realschule from 7 to 9. It's a bit different to the German system. In Germany, Sekundarschule would be Realschule, and Realschule would be out. As you can see, we have there's many possibilities of achieving diplomas and certificates, especially in German. As you can see, A1, A2, B1 in the first years, and then in grade 8 we have the Deutsche Sprachdiplom 1, and in grade 11 Deutsche Sprachdiplom 2. This allows you already to study at universities here. Then, of course, we have the Cambridge exams in English, the DELE in Spanish, and the DELF or DALF in French. As I said before, the graduation diplomas we have is after grade 9, Realschulabschluss, after grade 10, mittlere Schulabschluss is IGCSE equivalent, and after grade 12 you have the Swiss bilingual Matura, which allows you to study everywhere, any university. Many parents always ask us, what do you offer apart from the academic? We have a lot. We cooperate with RIS, and this allows us to offer many courses. First of all, the most important one for us is the cooperation with Borussia Dortmund. We are the BBB Football Thailand, the International Academy Thailand, and we have more than 100 children playing in our football club. Then, of course, in collaboration, as I said, with RIS, we offer many other languages like Chinese or Japanese. We have a dance academy, we have robotics, we have athletic programs from swimming, tennis, rugby, volleyball, basketball, and so on. And also many things in the creative forming.
ได้ยินเสียง
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll just go on, then we might answer some questions. What is really important here is everyone can participate in the community. We are situated on a campus which is surrounded by a so-called U-Bahn, which is like a village where everybody can stay and where children can come to school by bicycle. And so everyone can meet the free time and play together or sports together. Then we have a lot of events like Christmas market, Christmas party, like carnival, and so on. We have great support, which Caroline is taking of Sabai program to welcome new parents, new families here. We have school ambassadors which can be asked about our school. We have an edu-cafe which gives you informations about different interests at the school. Then we have, as I said, the events and so on. One particular thing is our Pausenbrotverkauf, where everyone can get some sandwiches during the day, which is where we collaborate also with the German Bank. Let's summarize now, give you the big pictures. We are a German language competence center. This is our unique selling point. We are the only school in Bangkok where the lessons are taught in German. There's a second school in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, but in Bangkok we are the only ones. We are a multilingual education hub. That means our students, when they achieve grade 10 or 12, their English is excellent. It's at least as good as their German. And we are a unique place for cultural convergence. We have a great place to meet, to live different cultures. And we have a value-based community. And we teach our children to be self-confident, resilient, independent, and especially to be critical thinkers and creative problem solvers. It was in a few short words what our school is. So if you have questions now, please address them.
Thank you very much, Christian. So the floor is now yours to all participants. Feel free to unmute your microphone and shout out your question, or if you prefer, write your question in the chat and I will be happy to read it for you. Please, somebody breaks the ice.
Yes, I would like to break the ice. Hello.
Good.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you very much, Veronica.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we are planning to relocate to Bangkok in December. And could you please tell a little bit more about the enrollment process for the kids? Like my daughter, she will be attending the 9th standard. And how is it working? Like what should I do and when should I start the enrollment procedure?
Christian, if it's okay, I answer
That's okay, yes.
the question. Okay. So enrollment is quite easy. Just go to our website. We have an online tool. You can start there, put in your main information, and then the tool will guide you through the process. Generally speaking, we accept admission all through the year because that's necessary. I mean, obviously, like you say, you will move, plan to move in December. So the time-wise, we are open. You can apply anytime. You can join our school anytime. As Christian said, it's compulsory from grade 3 onwards to have a specified level of German language. So you said it's 9th grade. So either your family language is German and your kid is speaking German, or he or she will have to provide a certificate to comply with the German language standard. And other than that, we are very easy, straightforward with the application. Now I have a problem. That's very helpful. Sorry. Yeah, so please go to the website, join online system, give the information there, and then we help you step by step to apply. Time-wise, it makes sense, of course, as soon as possible. So we also know, and we can also book the spot to make sure if it's grade 9, I can be so open, then it's not a problem of limited space. Limited space we have more in the preschool, lower primary classes. They're great. There we actually really need to know need to look at the numbers, but like grade 9, grade 10 would still be a spot.
Great, thank you so much. Yeah, she's now attending the school in Berlin. So we're from Berlin. She's in Berlin. So but the thing is that in Berlin, the half year is ending in like end of January. In Feb, and we're moving in, like she will be attending from January, because I guess in the Swiss school the second half starts from January, right?
Yes, absolutely no problem. For us, semester starts in January, but as I said, admission is possible anytime.
Okay. I may add,
usually that's what happens. Sorry, yeah.
I might add one thing. Is your daughter studying French at the moment?
Yes, she is. She's studying from the beginning, German school and international school in Delhi, and she started there in the 5th actually. So, yeah.
That's important because once they're older, because we have French courses, we don't know.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I think we have lost Caroline, or
yes,
no, she's back now.
Very, very sorry, I'm back. Okay, Veronica, I hope we answered your question. Is there any other question for Christian?
Maybe one more. How big are the classes?
That depends on the grade, on the year. In generally speaking, like in secondary, it's between 10 to 20 max, plus minus. I mean, now, for example, grade 12, there have been 10 graduates. Last year it was 5 graduates. So in comparison to Germany, very, very, very small.
Okay, that sounds good.
You're very welcome. And we have really many teachers who take care of the students. And so if there are like 20, 24, then the education, the lessons are split. So then in the working group, it's again only like 10 to maximum 12 or something. So that's absolutely a very, very good ratio, teacher to student.
Great. And how about the third language? So she has the first language is English, the second is French. And can she take up Spanish as the third?
Yes, if she stays until grade 11 and grade 12.
Okay.
In grade 11 and 12, they do Spanish very intensively. We've just had the graduate party, and everyone was really amazed how far they can get with 2 years of Spanish lessons, because they have like 8 to 10 hours per week Spanish. So they get to a very, very good level.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Please share your email address in the chat, and then we can also go from there.
Sure.
Any other question to Christian? Just have a look at the chat. Okay, if that's not the case now, I mean, feel free to contact us later on via social media website or our email addresses. Then I would give the floor to Astrid, and she can tell us a little bit more about the cultural aspect of moving to Bangkok.
Yes, excellent. Thank you so much. And hello, everyone. Thanks for joining our seminar today. Let me share my slides with you. Excellent. There we go. Can you see the slides? Perfect. Good. So what I'd like to do is give you, because you're going to move not only to the Swiss school, but also to a new cultural environment. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Thai culture and also how it's different from the Germanic cultures and what kind of surprises you might expect. So my name is Astrid. I'm originally from Austria and have been living in Bangkok for the last 20 years. I work at the College of Management at Mahidol University, which is a local university here. And my topic is cross-cultural management. So I'm happy to share some insights with you. I teach my students in cross-cultural management, but I also do seminars for companies to help managers adjust to Thai culture as well. So let's have a look. What are some of the insights we need to keep in mind? First of all, I'm going to try to remove this one. Okay. We can see when we look at cultural differences, it's like looking at an iceberg. So you're going abroad and you only see the tip of the iceberg. And the first things you will notice in another country would be the behavior of people and what they do. But there's a big part of the iceberg that's hidden underneath the water surface. And that's the reason why people do something, because of their norms and values. So going to another country is also, the challenge is always, we can't just look at what people do, but we also have to understand why they do it. And the reasons why people do something might be very different from our own expectations, our own norms and values, our own culture as well. So to give you an example, I put the picture of a Thai smile on my slide here, and that's one of the typical examples, because Thailand is called the land of smiles. Thailand has lots of different smiles, but not every smile is a happy, friendly smile. So this is something that we need to interpret correctly and kind of put our head underneath the water surface and say, why are people smiling and what is the underlying reason? And that's one of the challenges we might perceive. To give you another example, in every country, we have values. Like, for example, honesty could be a value, or politeness could be a value. But in different situations and in different countries, the need for honesty or the need for politeness would be stronger. And so Thailand is a country where the need for politeness is very strong. So in a lot of situations, people will prefer politeness over honesty, which means that if you come from a country where people prefer honesty over politeness, you might have to readjust your language, your way of interpreting things, and your way of kind of, talking to others, and what you share and what you don't share. So this is one of the learning insights. Politeness is one of the very important values in Thailand, and people tend to communicate in a very polite way, and people tend not to always share exactly what they think if it's perceived as maybe not polite, not respectful to the other person. So that's another glimpse of the Thai culture that I can share with you. Another part of what I'd like to share with you is about the greeting here in Thailand. The greeting is called the Y. It's you fold your hands in front of your chest. And you can see from my picture here that different situations require a different form of Y. So you see the lady which has her hand in front of her chest, which is more a neutral kind of Y to a person on similar level. But then you see the school kids who kind of bow their head more and put their hands higher, which shows a more respectful kind of Y. And you can see that respect, I put the word on my slide, respect is a very important aspect of Thai culture. So you respect your seniors and you respect your teachers and you respect your parents and you respect older people in society. So there's always a clear notion of what level am I in and what level is the other person that I'm talking to and how do I show the appropriate amount of respect in that situation. And that is, of course, we also have respect in other cultures as well, but the way respect is pronounced is also very distinct in Thai culture. And that's also something we need to learn and understand to see how do we show respect properly and what are the expectations and how do we get along well with people. As well. So that's about the Thai greeting, which is called a Y. And you can also use the Y for example, to say thank you as a gesture of appreciation as well. And one of the golden rules here in Thailand is the junior person has to Y first and the senior person will return the Y. So that's also something to keep in mind. Then let me move on. We have very different ways of how to communicate. And I'm showing the picture here from a very interesting book, which is called East Meets West and compares Western and Eastern cultures. And one of the differences is how directly do we communicate? So do we say directly what we think and we talk about the problem in a direct way, or do we handle it in a rather indirect way? And as I already said earlier, Thailand is a culture that is very polite, very focused on respect, which also goes along with the communication style of being rather indirect and focusing very much on politeness and not maybe saying exactly what we mean or not addressing the problem directly, which sometimes also leads to frustration, maybe because as foreigners who are more used to being direct, we may not even recognize there is a problem because it's not mentioned directly. And that is something we have to learn to kind of look at the body language of people and understand, this person seems to be uncomfortable. There seems to be something going on. But it's maybe not mentioned directly. But on the other hand, also the opposite is true, that if we have a problem to address, we may also have to bite our tongue a little bit and say, maybe I should not say exactly directly what I mean, but rather address the problem in a more indirect and maybe more respectful way. So the communication issues or communication styles between particularly the Germanic cultures and the Thai culture is actually very different. And that's also one of the biggest hurdles that we overcome. But it's also, of course, fun to learn and see how we can adapt our communication styles. Then what else do I have for you? Of course, the smiles. The question is, how do you show your emotions? And of course, people in different cultures show their emotions differently. On the blue side of my slide, you see the person shows an unhappy or angry face, and they, have that in their mind, but they also show it on the outside. Whereas the red side of the picture, which is more the Thai side, would be even if you're unhappy, if you're sad, if you're not satisfied with a situation, on the outside, you still have a smile. And so that's what I mentioned earlier. In Thailand, there's a book about Thailand that says that Thais have a smile for every emotion, which means whatever you feel, there is always a smile that can cover it up, which again makes interactions very nice, but also sometimes difficult to understand if we don't recognize the specific meaning of the smile in a specific situation. And again, it points towards learning about body language, paying attention to body language, and also listening to the small clues that we sometimes maybe overlook if we don't pay attention. So that's another thing that you need to pay attention to. And one more thing I want to mention is about relationships. When we compare Germanic countries with Thailand, we can see that in our backgrounds, our countries, we tend to have specific relationships for specific purposes. Whereas in Thailand, you are successful if you have lots of relationships with lots of people that are all interconnected. So my tip for you is to be successful in the Thai context, try to build lots of relationships, because that's how things get done. And the relationships can be local Thai relationships or international relationships, doesn't really matter. But the way to get things done is to know someone who knows someone who can help you with something. And so that's a very good advice, which means that at the beginning of your stay, I would advise you to go to lots of meetings, networking events, school events, engage in activities, try to get to know as many people as possible, because that's in the end how you develop your network, and that network is going to help you to get things done and to kind of smoothen the process in many different directions as well. So that's another insight. And what else? The role of parents. We have observed that when you look at how parents bring up their children and what role the parents and also the bigger family play in the life of children, that's very different in Germany, Austria, Switzerland compared to Thailand, for example. So we found that Thai parents tend to be a lot more involved in what's happening in a child's life, and not only as long as the child is still small, but even in my university, I teach mostly master level students. So my students would be 27, 28 years old. The parents still play a big role even in the life of 28-year-olds. So there is a lot of influence of the parents on students' lives, which means that parents take care, parents are engaged, parents also guide and give direction, and students are happy to follow their parents. And so that also brings a very different dynamic into the school life as well. So you see parents also being very engaged in terms of education. There's a strong value of education in Thai society. So parents are really kind of pushing students to be strong and kind of get good grades and get lots of access to opportunities for development. So that's also something that is quite different, and is something to observe, but also something to learn from as well. And my very last slide, I have the picture of a cultural adjustment curve, because people might wonder how long does it take to adjust myself to a new country. And this is called the cultural adjustment curve, which actually comes as a U curve. And it doesn't have a specific timeline because it really depends on each person. But basically what the curve says is that in the beginning of our stay abroad, we typically have positive feelings because we look forward to exploring a new culture, and we're happy to learn something new. But over time, we might also experience some difficulties. Some things might not go the way we expect it to go. That's when our feelings go a bit down, that's when the curve moves down. And then we reach the adjustment phase where we maybe learn the language a little bit, maybe get to know more people, understand a bit more of the Thai culture. I would recommend reading books about Thailand so that you understand a bit more. And then eventually you start the kind of day-to-day life acceptance phase where you're happy to be where you are and you feel comfortable and welcome in the new culture. So this is a typical experience that people have. And during this culture shock experience, you might feel a bit anxious, or you might feel a bit homesick, or you might feel like you miss stuff that you were used to at home. But that's also part of the learning experience. That's also a good sign if we miss something, because it means that we also learn something new. And of course, having Thai friends and having local connections can also help you with the cultural adjustment as well. So these are some of my insights, just trying to keep it quick and short.
Cool. Thank you very much. Is there any other question directly to Astrid? Now, as I said, we will be happy to follow up later as well. Then I would like to give the floor to Frederic. And so now we know we want to move to Bangkok. Frederic, how do we do that? And what do we have to think about?
Okay, so thank you so much. So I will introduce myself very quickly. So Santa Fe Relocation. We are a relocation company. We are in 39 countries, and what make us different to a moving company is that we are not only helping with moving your personal household goods. This is why we are called relocation companies. We are facilitating immigration services, and destination services. So I will discuss this later, but it's all about facilitating the settlement of the any foreigners coming to Thailand, facilitating the life here up to the next departure. So it's a full accompaniment that we are doing here. So for your questions about what we need to know when you come to Thailand, the most important is to be quite ready with the main, especially when you're coming as a family. That's very important to think about the main concerns for a family. So it's all about the school. So it's great because we are here. But yes, that's very important to go ahead with the school search because you will find different curriculums in Thailand, and some curriculums, different ones, and to detail all of them. But this is very important. The health as well. So we have very good healthcare in Thailand, many different hospitals. But it's important to think about the insurance and finding as well the good the housing on time and the locations where you're planning to live. So this is a very important point because you need to consider that in Bangkok there is a lot of traffic, and sometimes it can be very a burden to spend 1 hour traveling to work or 1 hour traveling to the school. I would say because I'm in contact with families here in Thailand, the most important is to find the best environment for the kids if you are with the family. So obviously if you're here today, it's because you are a family with kids. So this is why I just wrote in the chat that indeed at RIS you have a very nice compound, and that's very important to make sure that your family is your kids are very happy, will find a community around them. And I would really suggest to put this as the main priority when you're moving to Bangkok. Is it answering to the question correctly? Or then for the moving, I will go ahead because I have some for the moving, you need to know that when you are if you are moving some personal household goods, some personal effects, that's very important to plan in advance. Moving to Thailand, personal household goods may take from 8 weeks at the moment because it used to take 4 weeks before we cannot use the Suez Canal. So when you have talking about a move from Europe to Thailand, it's now 8 weeks. So you need to plan accordingly. You need also to make sure that your visa, work permit, because the most important thing that you need to avoid is demurrage. So demurrage is basically your container is arriving in Thailand, and tell you sorry, the shipment will have to stay at the port because it's missing some documents. We have also the service for visa and work permit, because definitely want to avoid this, because every day when it's stuck at the port, every day costs a lot. And so you need to make sure that you plan accordingly for visa and work permit, and it takes around 15 to 30 days to get your documents. Sorted this, that's fine. Yes, I think that's answer to the main question.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask one question on the obviously bringing items to here? As I understand it, that there's also taxation when you bring goods in. So a lot of the time, it's more beneficial not to bring certain goods. So if you're bringing your flat screen TV vehicles, things like this, they will actually impose import tax.
Oh yes,
as I understand it.
yes, correct, Noel. That's a very important question. Good question. So basically, as the main rule is for not only Thailand, many countries. First of all, if your belongings, you own your belongings for more than 6 months, there is no tax, it's no taxation. I'm talking about furnitures, clothes. When it comes to electronical items, it depends on the kind of items, but yes, you face some taxes. So this we will calculate for you. And importing a vehicle, it's importing a car to Thailand. I definitely, if you're not a diplomat, I would just tell you not to do this, because you will be, it's basically 200% taxes on the car. So basically, Thailand or Singapore is the same. Please avoid if you're not a diplomat. Is it answering correctly?
Any other question to Frederic regarding relocation?
So it's important, just something very quickly. It's important if you're thinking about relocating to Thailand, ask me or another relocation company, of course, but ask to a relocation consultant about what can be brought before packing anything, because, for instance, you're not allowed to bring some more than 1 liter of alcohol. So you have some forbidden items to bring in Thailand. So I will be very happy to share the import regulation for household goods.
Thank you. There is one question. Frederick's contact.
Yeah.
Veronica, maybe Frederic, yes, please. Can you put your contact in the chat? Then you can share it directly. We will share it later on as well. And there was one question: how can families prepare for healthcare system in Thailand, particularly with children in mind?
For the healthcare system?
Yes.
We work with as relocation companies. We work closely with we are in partnership with the main hospitals here, private hospitals, and we have partnership, in fact, with Pacific Prime as an insurance company. So we can just recommend the partners we have. So in fact, it's very that's something that is quite important. Is we can give you the contacts, put you in contact with the main insurance player here, and they are also in contact, in fact, with the main private hospitals. So they will help you in this regard.
Veronica, you want to address a question?
Yes, thank you so much. I wanted to ask about, like, so far when I was looking for some properties to rent, mostly those been properties which are already furnished. I couldn't find so many without furniture. So I was thinking, how is that? Is it better to take all the things with you, or better not, since there are so many houses coming with furniture already? And yes, and are they more expensive then? Are more places to rent without furniture, and the most of the children who are attending the school, so are they living close to the school in Minburi, or how
Okay,
is
so
that?
I'm happy to
Where
answer
do
to
they
this
live?
one, and it's a very good question. It's very true that you will find a lot of apartments, accommodations, and more very modern one where it's all furnished, right? And this is something that you should consider, and this is why, in fact, it's very important to start looking around way before you're moving to Thailand, to look at some real estates, and we have the service, by the way, so part of our destination services. So I would be happy to help in this. So basically, we have clients that really want, if they are moving for long term, really want to move with their furnitures because they want to take part of their life, right, in Thailand, which is somehow understanding, because there is a cultural shock that we just discussed about, and sometimes bringing a piece of your past with you is important. But if you're about to stay for only 3-4 years, I would recommend just maybe not to take too many furnitures, because indeed you will face many apartments or townhouse that are already fully furnished. You can still discuss with the landlords to remove the furnitures and put your furnitures. That's really your choice. That said, so mainly the apartment furnished, and especially the new ones, and then you will it's mainly the villas, or we call it the townhouses, that are not furnished. And I don't know about the inside of the compounds near the school, if they are furnished or not, but obviously you will have more space to bring your own furnitures. By the way, I put in the comments that the compound is very beautiful at the RIS school. It's great for the kids. So just a very quick advertising on this, but that's very important to know.
Thank you very much. I may add here the specifics about the Muban. It's actually called Perfect Place. It's the real name. I'm not making that up. And in this compound, we have about plus minus about 1/3 of our students live here. So it's quite a big community. It's a very big compound. So it's not like a ghetto. It's very mixed, very Asian, very Thai. But families from our school are living there, as well as many teachers, of course, from our school and from the RIS, the international school. In our compound, it is common that the houses are already furnished. And as Frederic said, usually, like me, when we moved here, we took all our furniture with us. But then it's not a problem. We can talk to the landlord and ask them to remove their furniture. But usually renting here is renting a furnished house, not an empty house. But both is possible. I can also add, like Frederic said, it is mainly a feeling, to be honest. It is you build your home here when you bring your own furniture. When you live in a place with rented furniture, from my point of view, emotionally, it's never be your home. Or, I mean, you can be very, very, very lucky that the rented furniture is the furniture you would have chosen as well. But usually it's not. So usually when you live in a house with rented furniture, it's a different kind of feeling. It is not that homey feeling, just to add that. Okay. Is there any other question you would like?
There was a question in the chat, yes, from Sophie, who asked me whether there are any local programs or community initiatives that help families to integrate better. Mm-hmm. So I would say, if you move to Perfect Place, you have the community and family integration that comes together with the house, because you're already in that that community. So that is one way of integrating. Then I don't know whether does the school have any initiatives about family integration?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. We have this program called Sabai Sabai, where we welcome families in the beginning, specifically connect families who live here already for longer and the newcomers. And then, of course, they connect via the kids. I mean, that's very easy. Open-minded community, and then we do special events like family brunches and come together and smaller and bigger parties for the families to get to know each other. And this is very, very well received and really, really easy. So it takes you 1 to 2 weeks, and then you are part of the community and you start to do your connections. I really liked your picture, Astrid, regarding the network, because I absolutely feel the red side, the interconnectedness. And that's also coming from being in Asia, that's also lived in the school within these 30 nationalities. So we are very, very well interconnected, and it's very easy to join that network as well.
I also want to add that depending on what company you work for, the company might provide you with an intercultural training as well. And that also includes parents and kids sometimes, if that's what you want. So that's another option. And then outside of school, there's also local communities that you can join. There are international communities with lots of networking events that sometimes also include kids. But also there is, for example, a local Austrian society and German community, a Swiss community, which is sometimes organized by the embassies. And that's also an opportunity to get together with like-minded people, and they have family events as well. So there's lots of opportunities to connect.
Thank you. There is one, I would suggest one last question, how the Matura Diploma works and which universities usually accept it. So it's a Swiss bilingual Matura Diploma. It is accepted worldwide at any university. Is special about this diploma is that you have direct access to universities in Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. So, for an example, we have now, we had one graduate who actually moved here specifically to do this Swiss diploma, to be able to apply directly, to access one of the top universities worldwide, the HSG, Hochschule St. Gallen, a very, very well-known university to study law, and he found before he moved here, then with the Swiss Matura, he just applies, he just registers, and if he would have done another diploma, he would need to do an entrance exam, as this kid is not a Swiss national. So Matura Diploma accepted everywhere in the world. But as very special is it opens doors for universities in Switzerland, Germany, and Austria directly. So you don't need to do any special exam independent of your nationality. Okay.
Caro, there was another question of
Yes.
how do you support students who don't speak German when they first join the school, and how do they catch up?
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, we have a very diverse program. So we have the Sprachland, the German language program, which is focusing on children until grade 3. So this is really a very intense class, which is taking place during the normal education times, and kids are in this class focusing on German, and also, of course, also monitored by the teachers, and at some point also tested. And as soon as they have the level of language needed, then they can join the regular classes. Later on, of course, we have specialists, German language teachers, and it's actually a topic which is monitored by all the teachers in all the lessons. So even if there is a history class, obviously the class is taught in German language, and even there the German speaking teacher makes sure that he also monitors the level of the German language, and if there is any need to support, then we have a professional team taking care of tuition or special lessons or whatever then fits the needs of the student. Thank you very much. So thank you very much, especially thanks to our speakers, Christian Vogel, Astrid Kainzbauer, Frederic. Thank you very much for joining. It was also very insightful for myself. Thanks for that. Thanks for everyone for joining, for listening. We will be happy to follow up. We gathered your email addresses. Feel free to contact us directly. We will follow up with you, and we will share the link to the recording. So if you like, you can jump in there and maybe listen to some bits and pieces again. Thank you very much, and looking forward to seeing one or the other live in Bangkok at some point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, I think I'm leaving as well. Thank you, Astrid. Tschüss.
Tschüss.